Anyways,
Big
moving
squeal.
on. So we're going to talk really quick about the best show that we've had. We'll say either it can be recent or the last couple of years, and the worst show experience. We're going to go around the table. Why don't we start with Joe today? Start with you first.
Ooh, I'd say best show experience was probably the last time we played
Spanish Ballroom?
So good.
It
was
was
a good
so
one.
fun. It was perfect.
love-
And you know what? I think my worst experience will make more sense because of this. Because I've come a long way, and I used to dab. I used to be the cliche guitar player that can never hear anything, and I need to be loud as hell. So
This goes to 11.
honestly, the head rush has been a huge change in my sound live and the way I perform, because I always needed that oomph. I needed to just feel it in my chest, just like the kick drum. I need those elements to really. I don't know. I have something happen to me when I can really hear the guitar, and I think it's really come to a good point. And playing the Spanish Ballroom, we just had time to set up.
Yeah, that was a great
The people
show.
showed up.
People showed up.
There's so much love from all our wonderful fans and family that come out and support us. And I think so. My worst show.
Yeah, let's get the juice.
I have some just horror stories. I don't know if I have a worst show, but I mean, one time I was playing at Louis G's and my guitar just didn't work.
Oh my gosh!
And it was the
That's
craziest
the
thing.
You must have had the best sound you've ever had.
Oh, it was. We were like.
Thank
why?
God we can't hear Joe.
Thank God.
So, and Louis G, God bless his heart, literally went into his office. You know how he has guitars hanging on the wall. Mm-hmm. And he hands me a guitar. And I play in low tunings. So I had to tune this regular, probably 9-gauge string guitar to drop B.
That thing
It
gonna
was
feel
probably
real
not set up
good.
for
It gonna
that.
feel
And
real
I had
good.
to play guitar solos on it, and I had
my
to.
God.
And let me tell you, not only that, but the electronics of the guitar were fried. So every time I wasn't playing, it was like,
I do have a similar story.
ground.
I do have a
And-
similar story. I mean, Luigi handed me a full kit one time. It was
Oh,
pretty
wow.
bad. No, I'm just kidding.
The full kit.
but so Louis actually gave me that guitar. It was a Telecaster copy.
What?
And I
Bless
ended
his soul.
up giving it to Mr. Glenn Cannon. And
Woo! What's up, Glenn? Shout out.
He did a Frankenstein job
Wait,
on it,
is
and
that the
he
one
burned
just-
the top and
that
everything.
was the one he burned?
That's the one.
Oh,
that
really?
Louis G
Oh,
gave
wow.
me.
That's super cool.
It was from that show, and it now serves a good purpose. So
That's amazing.
I had to completely make a fool of myself on stage with it for it to end up.
That's awesome.
But you know that you learn from things like that. You
that's-
get better, and
Love that. Okay.
luckily I have Cody Green over at Diablo Guitars.
Love Cody. Shout out
He
Cody.
does an amazing
Oh, yeah,
job, and
Cody's
he's
the best.
half the reason why I don't have to sit there and mess with my guitars. I don't have to learn that, I guess. Even though I want to, he does an amazing job enough, and I can just play my guitars.
That whole Diablo crew. Over
Oh
there,
man,
Yeah, I take all my stuff to Cody. Like actually, both the albums. Oh no, all three. He set the action on for each album. that I
Dope.
recorded. For the Les Paul Elite, he made that thing handle drop B, which I didn't think that was possible. Then when I brought him my custom ERT, yep, that's a weird name, ERT. We're gonna plug that in here. When he set that one up for this last album, I mean, it never felt so damn good. And then he set up my newest one. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I got one more.
You got one more?
So
Okay, let me hear
I
it.
played an acoustic show with Michael Stone one time, and once again I didn't
Shout
have
out to Michael.
For some reason, my acoustic guitar just the insert wasn't working. I don't know what was going on at the time, but so I was given a acoustic guitar by I believe Tony DeLisio.
Oh wow.
But this acoustic guitar, only the first 3 strings picked up.
No.
So every chord I played just sounded weird. It didn't have any of the ringy strings, and
You were the bass man.
and we were like, yeah, it works, but like something's wrong.
Yeah,
And
something's
I didn't
wrong.
figure it out until watching it later.
Oh
that
my
only 3 strings were being picked up.
Well, you know what? Bless those people's hearts for just
man.
trying to
Just
help
trying to
you
help.
out.
No, he was a badass.
No, hell yeah. What about you, Ryan? What best and worst show?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to agree with Joe. Best show, Spanish Ballroom. That last show, we packed
man.
the hell out of that place. It was so freaking awesome. And then, oh my god! But it was such an amazing show, right? But first song in. You know, I start headbanging and Joe runs behind me and he's, rocking out and I headbang backwards and my hair got stuck in his guitar in the first song.
Yeah.
And
I
was
learned
stuck.
something that day.
Catastrophic.
It was only like 10 seconds, but dude, it felt like the longest 10 seconds.
I'm used to not, people usually don't have longer hair than me, so I'm not used to it.
No, but it was amazing.
Unless it's down below, right?
I got like stuck backwards, and so I was like, "Oh shit!" And I'm just like trying to smile and laugh at.
Yeah,
off,
like
you
trying to
know?
like, guys, I just like I got brain damage now.
But everyone's like, "Oh shit!" like.
See,
and then
I
we
didn't-
got it unstuck though. So
Thankfully, my guitar
see
didn't
that.
go out.
That was great. I found out after the show. It was like, oh my god,
I know.
It hurt. You guys pulled it off. I didn't know it happened until I looked at the footage.
oh god, yeah.
I remember I
about-
walked over to the stage and I looked. There's a light that beamed on my guitar, and all you can see is just hair. And I'm like,
And then all the super fans.
Yeah, I think there's some pictures of it. Hey,
Yeah.
check that out on Facebook. Ian Ferris. Yes.
Oh my gosh! All the fans were like, "I want her hair.
Oh, that's so.
I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc bag."
Shit was dope.
So, what about your worst show? Worst show experience?
Worst show experience. Gosh, I don't know. I used to play a lot of acoustic kind of singer-songwriter
Yeah.
type shows. When I met Dylan, he started playing djembe with me. And so we played a bunch of little small acoustic gigs and stuff. I remember one time we played the Stone Gate. And
Wait.
yeah.
Oh, that show?
That
Oh,
show.
God.
So Dylan and I
Stone
played the
Gate.
Stone Gate. So I kind of made a bad decision too. I had really long nails that day, and I remember I was like, "Oh, I forgot to clip
She's
my
like,
nails."
I got my nails done.
No, but also the sound. I'm not, I'm not trying to like make anyone feel bad here, but like the sound was really, really bad that day, and I remember I couldn't hear anything, and I was trying to play with like really long nails too, and
I remember that.
it was that was a challenging show for sure.
Can I add to something though?
Yeah, go for it.
So at that show, they wanted us to play upstairs because there's an upstairs stage, there's a downstairs stage at the Stone Gate, and I forget the promoter. Maybe we won't say his name right now, but
I mean, I remember a few.
he basically changed everything. Said that we were going to play upstairs and we were going to play with these other bands.
Last minute.
He changed it the last minute right
not
when we
okay.
got there.
They were like punk bands, and we're like a solo.
Well, okay.
acoustic.
One of them I will never forget because after our set, we went upstairs, right?
Oh,
and it was a band called Donkey Show Tomorrow,
Stop it.
and they all had
looking that up.
Strap-ons.
Can we Google that?
strap-on dildos,
Okay,
and they
hold
were
up here.
playing like
Say that again. Then what?
they all had strap-on
It
dildos.
was called. What's the band name?
Donkey Show Tomorrow.
Donkey Show Tomorrow.
Yep.
I'll never forget it. I can't.
Of course you'll never
but
forget it.
It was like this, almost folk kind of stuff,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was just like hilarious shit.
They're all swinging like fake schlongs,
Yeah, they're like
around while they're
drummer's
playing.
playing a djembe, but he's like
Okay.
hitting his like
That's
you know.
impressive. Okay.
And they wanted
Yeah.
us to open or
And
play
they wanted
with
us
them.
to play up there, which hey, much respect, but that was just a total different.
Dude,
Yeah,
that sounds
it
like
was
it's right up your alley.
Genre
I'm like
crossing is
so-
cool, but there is a boundary unless it's a big ginormous festival. Like I don't, if you have John Mayer play for, open up for Cannibal Corpse, it might be just a kind of a weird show. at that
I would
point.
show up just because I like them both.
I do like
That
them
would be
both.
really fun though.
That'd be
That would
dope.
be a ton of fun.
You would have
And
two
everyone-
different types of audience members.
Yeah.
I'd
So
be
you
there
come in a
for it.
tuxedo and you leave in a band shirt full of blood.
Oh, geez.
Well, Josh, what about you, man?
Oh,
Okay, give it to me straight. The best show.
Best show.
There's
Okay.
not a good one.
Honestly, I feel like we're all pretty much in unison. We're all thinking of in unison. This last Spanish ballroom show was amazing because it was the amount of people that we brought to the venue, feeling that love from people that have never ever seen us play live, and to really like fill that place up, and then realize people were there for it. It was amazing and that show was tough on me. For one thing, is my voice started to give out halfway through the set.
Oh, we could
We
tell.
couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't tell.
No, I'm just
It's like, no, it was starting to. And then I remember there was a brief, like, I'm like, oh, God, I got to, like, do this acoustic. The acoustic song saved me because I'm like, okay, I got to lubricate my throat up with some tea.
We were wondering why you didn't do your
Fire.
second acoustic
That's
show.
why, because I'm like,
I mean,
it's gone.
song.
I don't know where my voice is. Then I got the tea, and it's been, like, a little harsh. My voice is still a little raspy from the last 4 weeks. But regardless of that, I was able, once we got to, like, load up at the end, I mean, just the energy in the room was incredible. And not just that, we got to really, like, kind of see what it would be like if we start playing more of those bigger venues, because our stage production was probably the best it's ever been, and people just constantly were like, this feels like we're at like more of a national level show. So that really like solidified that the stage show is on the right track and we're getting somewhere with that, because the lyrics behind us playing, the visuals programmed, those things do matter. So all the hard work of editing, all that stuff, I'm like, okay, this is starting to pay off.
Yes.
So that was definitely the best show. Plus, it doesn't hurt when you get a lot of people buying merch and coming over and saying hi.
Dude, and honestly, all the children, their first
kids,
concert, there were so
kids
many
are into
kids'
it coming.
first
They
concert
loved it.
there,
Yeah.
and it was really cool.
So I think we're all pretty much in agreement that that's so far been the best show. I mean, we've had a lot of great shows, but let me tell you the worst show. And for this, I'm not going to call any names or give any experience, but I'm just going to tell you all a little story. So we're going to go down memory lane. So we'll say that within the last 2 years, we ended up doing a gig, and I feel like all of us, especially. I'll try to reach out to the venue or the people early, days before, to be like, hey, I want the show to run smoothly. Can I get there early? What can we do to make this go better? And, we get to the venue super early. Like, not only are we on time, but we want to make sure that, like, everything's set up. We're ready to go, right? So we get there so early, only to be basically just put in a corner and sitting around and waiting for the headliner to come and do their sound check. And not only was the headliner late, but then they proceeded to have band practice on stage, which
Like an
for
hour.
For about
about an
an hour.
hour. Now, for some of you guys that don't do music, let me tell you this: unless you are Nickelback level or you're that, and I'm opening up for you, I don't think a local show, the headliner should have an hour sound check if they're not like a national. I'm
Definitely
sorry,
not a
they're-
cover band.
No, yeah. So I'm at that point where I'm like, this, in my eyes, it was disrespectful to just, take up that time when we need to utilize it. And so then we rushed to the stage with a mere probably
Trying to
5
get our sound
minutes,
check in.
trying to get our sound
Yep.
check in. Then the
And
sound
they
guy,
told us we couldn't
then
do
the
our sound check.
then
and-
they
But
said,
thankfully,
"You're not-"
Joe.
Joe argued for us on the.
He always does
he always
that.
does, and I
Joe's
love
the
that.
bottom.
I
He's
love that.
He's the one that will vouch.
Yeah.
And,
And so basically, we had to like fight to even get like a basic sound check, which is like, we don't need a lot. Like, we got there early to like help things run smoothly. The show was so poorly run as far as like scheduling, getting these things. So we were treated like we were 12 and this was our first show. So coming from someone, and all of us have been playing for a long time, we're not divas. We don't need special treatment. What we need, though, is just an efficient show run. Things are on schedule. And that would fall on us, too. If I was on stage for an hour and a half, best believe, call me out. Like, that's not okay to do that if it's not like some national headlining tour. This was a smaller venue, too. And then to slap it on top of that, after the show, we get on stage, we barely get a sound check in. We have a certain stage show that we're building. They didn't allow us to use that, even though we discussed it prior. They said next time. And then I, was pretty firm and said, well, there won't be a next time. This experience wasn't good. And to slap it on top, the show was great in the sense of a lot of people came out. And honestly, this show is what inspired me to do what we call transparent, like door deals or guarantees. I think bands should really look into this when you're working with a promoter. There should be full transparency on how you're going to be paid. If you're going to bring 100 people to the venue at $20 a head and they offer you less than 10% of what you brought, I think that there needs to be some kind of renegotiation.
Well, and if you bring up transparency to them and they like
or hesitant.
and they're hesitant, then
Yeah.
that's probably something to just go, no, I don't know if we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
I think just having a sound check should be a basic.
Basic.
Like,
we don't
It
even
is
need
a
a lot.
need a sound
Our
check.
longest
Come on,
sound check.
man.
You want to know our longest sound check, guys? 5 minutes is our longest sound check. We run through one full song. Each one gets their line check, and it's 5 minutes every time. That's how we
It's
do
really
it.
not that much.
With about
to
15
ask
minutes to
for.
set up.
Yeah, it does
About
take a little bit of
10,
setup,
15.
but even that, we would never take over that. So that would be the worst show experience I had and that was on the promoter's end as well, not managing. I think that when you have a lot of your gears moving in a show, if you're not going to be able to keep the show on track, hire someone like a stage manager to make sure everyone's on time. Like, hey, you got to get off stage now because we need this next band up here. Because every show we've played so far, it has been pretty much like that. Like, hey, you got this time. The Spanish Ballroom, use that example again. They were the schedule was, we were ahead of schedule because all the bands worked together. Shout out to the Megan Story Project and Jay Whalen.
Yep.
Because all of them they showed up on time. Everyone, we were done. We were so far ahead of schedule. We all got to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so that would be that. Moving on to what? Joe, did you have something you want to know?
No.
Wait, you.
Here did it. No.
Dylan's got to go.
It's my turn.
It's Dylan's turn. All right. So okay, for you, Dylan.
You shut your little mouth.
Let's hear it.
Oh,
for you.
Blah,
Okay,
blah,
best
blah,
more
blah,
show.
All right, so since I've been such a band slut,
He's got so
I'm
many
actually
stories.
going to
So
talk about
experienced.
3 experiences that I had that were really great. And so the first one was with Unhaloed. So what happened was we ended up getting there was this big kind of battle of the bands. You know, there was an All-Stars tour and there was the Summer Slaughter tour. And this guy comes out from California. You know, he's like some bigwig. He's like doing some judge battle of the band stuff for us. And what ended up happening was Reach for the Sky. My homies.
Woo, shout out.
It was at Studio 7 back in the day, and they ended up getting onto that All-Stars tour show, right?
Yeah.
And and then Unhaloed, he ended up so the guy that came out to watch us, he ended up I really like this other band, and I think they're a better fit for what's going on over here. He gave Unhaloed the Summer Slaughter tour spot down in San Francisco,
Which
California.
is
You
genius.
guys got to,
And-
wait, you guys got
and it
to
was-
do the California show?
Oh.
Yeah, we ended up getting to do
Dude,
that
that's
show.
incredible. I played Summer Slaughter
Oh,
too.
it
Like
was
Washington.
it was an awesome time, but it was just such a massive theater. I mean, there was God, it was Dying Fetus, Origin. I mean, Faceless. I mean, it was just
Whoa.
massive
Dope.
bands.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, when Origin, I was out in the pit for it. When Origin hit their sub drop, it was like the brown note. It was straight up
yeah.
I was like, I looked at the
That's
guy next to me. I was like,
juicy.
I think I gotta go. To
So
the
you got to
bathroom
play
right
for
now.
Summer Slaughter, the Summer Slaughter tour. I remember
Well,
you told me about that.
we just got to play that show
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
But we booked a tour around it and
Around
everything,
it,
you know.
you guys
But
do.
that show was so surreal.
Oh, yeah.
because it was just
Packed every time, too.
we were first, and it was just packed, and it was
How many
crazy
people do you
because
think were there?
probably okay, it was. I wouldn't say it was packed at the time when we were in there, but it was probably a good 1,000 people in
Yeah,
there.
Summer Slaughter.
You know, and it was just floor because it was triple tier. It was crazy. It was a really cool room. I wish I could remember the name of it at the top of
Yeah,
my head,
fair
but
enough.
so it's always fun, being in a band like that because that music is so aggressive that people are just trying to hurt each other in that pit, right? Right, and then yeah, they're just just moshing each other down into the pit. But then, so I have my band Casualty of God, right? And
Well, shout out to man.
I
I love.
I have
love
to
that
say,
music.
probably one of my favorite shows, and it was just kind of a lot of the moments leading up to it.
Yeah.
So, Cody Green, he's the guitar player of Casualty of God.
Yeah.
He ended up going on a tour with Vicious Rumors, playing bass
Yep.
for them.
I remember that. I
So what
remember
ended up happening is we got an offer to play with Power Man 5000 at the Club Sur.
Okay.
And so it was okay, it's hard to kind of pass this up, this is pretty good, but Cody had other obligations. So Chris Renshaw, his son Raynon Johnson stepped up, and then we got Ethan too, and they both played guitar.
Yeah.
They both played Cody's separate parts and rhythm parts to it.
That was a
And,
great show.
It was a great show, and
That's
the thing was,
awesome.
I was just I was so proud of those two guys. I was so excited to just be on stage with, and the sound there was just freaking crazy. I think
Yeah.
I have a live stream of that.
See, we need
and
to-
it
yeah.
sounds just
Yes.
from behind
Mint.
the kit, it was just mint. I mean, it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Juicy.
And then with you, Josh, God, I gotta say, man, it was the Spanish Ballroom because
Yeah.
one, there was so much respect for all the bands that were playing that night.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do a really
In
good job.
every single
They,
way.
they took good
that
care of their
venue,
bands.
that place
They take care of bands.
they take care of bands.
Shout
And-
out to your green room, by the way. Love
Oh,
it.
green
and
room?
the green room is mint.
We were so
Yeah.
spoiled. We were so spoiled. That green room.
yeah.
The only thing it doesn't have though is service. As soon as you're in there, guys, there's
Yeah.
no way
No
you're
phone
going to be.
service.
There's no phone service.
Oh,
Also, it's haunted.
I thought you were talking about tequila shots service,
Oh, yeah.
but no,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
no.
yeah. No, there was definitely that.
It's not.
But,
haunted.
There's no Josh Kane service.
No,
no
that,
Josh
that,
Kane.
that was
I bring
definitely
it.
it was definitely a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Just looking out, and there's all these people,
Yeah.
just singing your songs.
Dude, we
Dude.
You know,
packed
and-
that
and-
place.
and-
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
I can't.
god!
You
we
don't even
packed
have
it.
to sing half the time, Josh. Like
That
they're
was
just they're
nice.
just gonna be singing.
That
their
was the
songs.
first
Remember when
time
we-
I let go of the mic for several parts. Like
Yeah.
when we did "So We Load Up," like
Yeah.
people were like, "I'm like, oh my!"
They're just
God.
screaming it. You can hear it.
I
man.
know.
It's,
I was
it's,
like-
it's beautiful.
And thank God, because my voice was starting to get tired. I'm like, I might need the audience to sing the rest of the song. But you know,
Maybe I'll
It was
become
cool
the
when we
singer.
maybe you should be good.
when we
with
threw
it.
out
Take
like
over.
the
Be
plastic.
the Dylan Kane experience.
Dude,
balls.
okay,
Yeah, the
when we threw
plastic
out the
volleyballs.
plastic volleyballs,
Oh, yeah.
that was shout
Yeah.
out Dylan for getting those.
Well, that was actually
such a
my
great-
buddy fucking Jess's idea.
What?
Yeah. He
Shout
goes,
out
you know
Jess.
what you guys should do? You guys should do
Cool.
this, you know? So, yeah, we kicked
We
out
love
all
you,
these.
Jess.
You know what?
That was a
I
great
gotta
idea.
say that was
All these
almost a
beach balls,
throwback
it was
to when
fun.
we won Battle of the Bands at Port Angeles because we threw
Yeah.
out. We had the blow up guitar. I totally pulled
Yeah,
a Vince
yeah,
Neil,
yeah.
which I guess I don't need to really do a Vince Neil because I can play guitar. But
Yeah.
I had a blow up guitar. Well, no, he doesn't.
No, it's a good joke for you.
It is.
It
Good
is.
joke.
Yeah.
I can do it. Yeah, because it's like.
Because you're so bad at guitar.
Yeah,
you know?
so bad at
You
guitar.
suck.
It's
pretty horrible.
guitar.
I'm kind of tired of hearing it.
Yeah, he's so good. He's so bad at guitar that he teaches guitar.
Yeah, exactly. I teach people to be just as bad as me. No, but yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah.
man.
And then, you know what? Let's go with the worst experience.
Oh,
So, this wasn't necessary. Okay. It's
Is
it's
this
kind of
the
a weird
go-go one? Am I going to hear the
Is this the
go-go one?
what?
Is this the Cali one? No?
No,
it's
no,
not.
no,
Okay.
no.
You got to tell that one day.
No,
But
this is a secret one. I don't think I've ever actually let anybody in.
guys, an exclusive from Dylan Bennett.
This is an
Is this
exclusive.
like one of your dreams? You always tell me about your dreams. How you
Yeah.
always go up
I
on
wish
stage
it was
to
a
play.
dream. I really
Oh.
do.
And you can never,
Is it-
you can never play your
So-
drums.
I can't remember the guy's name.
Okay.
Like I wasn't even like involved with any of the booking of this show or anything
Gotcha.
like that. But it was for a wedding.
So we a wet.
We played a huge wedding, right? And this guy
Unhaloed?
has a yes, yeah, no, that's
great.
Wait, hold
music.
on. Unhaloed played a wedding.
Unhaloed played a wedding.
That is a metal
That's
wedding. I
And
love
so
that.
what
heavy.
ended up
That's
happening
sick.
was
Oh, I
right when we
remember.
get through the door, the groom he's like, we're getting drunk, and he just like took all of us and just was like, shot, beer, shot, double shot. You know, just
Quick
like,
question:
kept
before or
going.
after the ceremony?
This is before everything.
Damn.
Oh,
This is before everything,
God.
right?
So maybe
And
this is a
they
metal
weren't, they weren't
wedding.
This
having
is-
like the typical kind of wedding,
Yeah.
really. I mean, obviously, you're having Unhaloed play at your house, you know. But he had a
Dude, that's
he has
sick.
this, he
That's
has
so
this
sick.
huge stage in his backyard. I mean, he has like backdrops. He's got trusses.
Okay, this
he's
is-
got lighting system. It was sweet.
Okay, where's
you know?
it get bad? I'm waiting for the bad part of this story.
Okay, so what happened was I am drunk, like real drunk, and I'm trying to set up my drums, and I kept setting them up wrong, and I couldn't like get it totally right.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
It's
it was
just like the dreams he explains to me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he has nightmares.
It was
a
horrible.
recurring
Yeah.
nightmare of not being able to play because he sets up his drums for like an hour and then he never gets to
Oh my-
play.
and everybody laughs at me, and I forgot my drum pedals. But
That's just a
think-
flashback, my guy.
It's a
But anyway,
flashback.
so we're setting up all the gear on stage.
Okay.
We finally get it all kind of set up, and I kind of get it in a way that I think that I can play on, right?
Yeah.
Well, the stage is not properly built. So what ends up happening is as I'm playing, the whole stage is like kind of moving, and I'm like so far back onto the stage that I start playing, and I fell off. I fell off the back of the stage. You know, and I am just completely housed.
No, he told me the story.
this
He
is,
told me the
This
story.
is a long time ago.
Oh my
but
God.
yeah, I just totally
Safety
fell off the
101.
stage, and it was so funny because like it like sobered me up like that, and I just got up, I slammed my seat back on, I hopped up, and the boys were still playing the song, and I was just like,
That's sick.
That's
you know
so
what?
I just got
dope.
right back into it. But the thing was, it was just like. It was so embarrassing. There was like 200 people there, and the thing was, is like
And you guys are playing deathcore at a wedding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or metalcore.
Did you guys play
deathcore.
like at least I can't help falling in?
But it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me who was
Yeah.
having the bad time.
Yeah, it was.
It was like the whole band was just so housed that we could barely stand on stage.
See,
at all.
Dude.
honestly,
And-
I would
but
love
the
to have
thing-
seen that. I would love to have been at that wedding.
It's tough
in
to kind of
attendance.
go like, all
Yeah.
right, you know what? He wanted that. He wanted us to just like be drunk.
Oh,
but at the
dude.
same time, it was pretty embarrassing because there were actually quite a bit of people there that we knew that went to our shows. So they were just seeing
Dude.
another
Side
level
of you.
Yeah.
of us, and like singers messing up all the words. The guitar parts are just and
all of
the
us
drummer
are-
falls off
None
stage.
of us are really,
It's like, yeah.
we're all a little guilty of playing drunk at times. It's I haven't done that in a
Dude.
long. I haven't done that in
Alcohol,
years.
man. I mean,
I haven't
look,
done that in years.
A little bit of alcohol, but
Lucy,
too
you
much
really
alcohol.
like to take a couple
Yeah.
hits of
That's a good idea.
acid and then
You
go
know,
on stage. Josh
Dude,
Kane,
Dude.
boom.
There's a rule,
Oh, my
man.
salvia.
Like
Crush
one or
it.
two drinks max,
Yes.
man. Like you don't want to get up
You don't
on
wanna do
stage
that.
drunk. It's just not
Dude,
a good idea.
that was me
No.
at that private Halloween party we played. I
Oh my
don't even remember. I was so wrecked. It was beyond.
We all were
words.
though. But it went great. Minus
the
a
host
couple
too.
things.
The host, he was just trying to get us.
Oh,
messed
yeah.
up.
You know what though? The
was
hospitality
weird.
was incredible.
It was
hey,
awesome.
you know what? We won't. That show was. It was just fun. It was a nice experience to play a private event. One, get paid how we felt we deserved to get paid. It was
and
nice to be
he,
treated.
He was great. He was a
He was
great host,
great. He was a
you
great
know?
host.
Oh, yeah.
And I
he
mean,
provided everything
he
that
did.
we needed.
And
absolutely.
that guy should be a party planner because I mean he had everything. He had
Oh,
like
yeah.
the catering. He had a bartender there, and I mean, which the bartender like Joe.
I
Me,
think it
me
was
and Joe
just,
quite. I think we all had
Dude.
I think it was just kind of a weird night. There was some stuff going on, but
Yeah, but it was
No,
great.
he did
Yeah.
he did a great job as a host.
And shout out
yeah.
to my lovely girlfriend who drove us home.
Yes.
Which is amazing. That was
Oh.
that was wonderful to have.
And I berated her on that drive home too. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. I don't even remember. They just tell me what happened. I don't know.
yeah,
what
you
to
were
say.
so funny. You know what? You're hilarious though. When you're tipsy, you were so funny, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's-
you
he's
can't get a word
hilarious.
in with
proof
Joe
of like
when he's
tequila.
drunk.
Stop.
You guys should see the raw footage from our tequila challenge. It's hilarious. Joe has the funniest stories. I had to cut so much of it because it was so juicy.
You should have seen the drive home from that night.
I would have paid to
Just
see
saying.
that.